just want to shout out to all my Jamaicans. And I just wanted to shout out to all the people that love Jamaica, because we're one influential motherfucking country and nobody can tell me differently. And I respect my country highly, and I will always talk about my country highly because we're one of the top. And I don't care, the haters can come, but we are one of the most influential countries.
Likkle But We Talawah, meaning even though we're small, Talawa, the word Talawa is like we've done so much.
Right.
The greatness, the big stuff. Our culture has impacted other cultures. People just love Jamaica. They love the language, they love the food, they love the ambience, they love the breeze, the beach, the tree.
So I've traveled to around 20 different countries, and what I still don't understand is how every single place I've visited, I've always met a Jamaican person who has married a local, has mixed Jamaican kids, and has opened up a Jamaican restaurant with the best Jamaican food in town.
When you look at the Pan-Africanist nature that is at the foundation of the revolutionary Jamaican spirit, it helps you to understand why they are so feared and loved around the world.
What's up, family? Today we are diving deep into something truly powerful. How a small island like Jamaica has shaped the world through its African roots, its culture, and its revolutionary spirit. You think it's just reggae and dancehall? Think again. Wait until you hear how Jamaica influenced global music, Pan-Africanism, and even the foundations of hip-hop. Stay with me because this is going to blow your mind. Please make sure you subscribe as we watch this video until the end together. Then I'll be back with more commentary. Thank you.
When you study the history of the Ma'afa, the transatlantic slave trade, many of those who were brought to Jamaica came from the Nigeria, Benin, Cameroon, Congo region. That is a very unapologetic fight to the death region. Some of the ethnic kingdoms in that region, the white man didn't even want to enslave them because it was too difficult to break them. Jamaicans still have that spirit. They are indomitable as a people. It's no coincidence that it was a Jamaican bookman who went to Haiti and led the Haitian Revolution. You understand? When you look at Nani, when you look at Cujo and Akangpong and all those revolutionary Jamaicans, it's no coincidence that they had so many revolutionaries on that island, because they brought that African spirit that can never be broken. And if African people are going to be free, geographically in the Caribbean or globally across the world, Jamaica will play a role in it. Just like when I go to Africa, I say it all the time. In order for Africa to be free, Nigeria will have to play a role in it because of their indomitable spirit. You can see that the Jamaicans and the Nigerians have the same blood. It's like, it's undeniable. So number one, that spirit of revolution. And then when you take the Rasta culture and what that did, and when you take Bob Marley's success in reggae and what that did, and of course the greatest Pan-Africanist and greatest organizer of all time, Marcus Garvey, you know, coming from Jamaica and others, you understand. But I think when you look at their national heroes and the Pan-African impact that they had, Bob Marley was a Pan-Africanist. The Rastafari are Pan-Africanists. Marcus Garvey, the father of modern Pan-Africanism. John Brown Russworm, the revolutionaries that came over out of there. You know, even to the slave revolt leaders, you know, Sam Sharp, you know, Paul Bogle. When you look at the Pan-Africanist nature that is at the foundation of the revolutionary Jamaican spirit, it helps you to understand why they are so feared and loved around the world. You know, they're so unapologetic that when some people are trying to kick off revolutionary movements, if they're not sincere, they will scream for the Jamaicans. They want to make sure I don't have no Jamaicans in this, because I know when the Jamaicans come, they come to war. They come to fight. You don't invite the Jamaicans unless you're sincere. You understand? Because I would probably say per capita, you know, there's some of the greatest revolutionaries that the race has ever produced.
I don't care what nobody says. I don't care what nobody says. Jamaica is one of the most influential black countries on this planet Earth. on this planet Earth, hands down, Jamaicans is one of the most influential people on this planet that will stand against anything. I don't care. Back in the day, everyone had to claim to be Jamaican to be accepted. I don't care. Nowadays, everyone's being accepted. Everybody's music is being accepted. Everything's being accepted. But we were standing out when none of us was really accepting. When they weren't even accepting black music, when they weren't even accepting them spaces, we were still standing out there and telling people exactly who we were and what we represent. And that is the reason why we stand as one of the most influential countries on this planet. And I don't care what nobody says, because we're a country of 3 million people. We're a country of 3 million people, and we influence from our lands all the way that way and all the way that way. Okay? So I just want to shout out. I just want to shout out to all my Jamaicans. And I just wanted to shout out to all the people that love Jamaica, because we're one influential motherfucking country and nobody can tell me differently. And I respect my country highly, and I will always talk about my country highly, because we're one of the top. And I don't care, the haters can come, but we are one of the most influential countries. And the reason why corporations and brands and everybody will continuously to watch what we're doing year on year on year, because we set records, period. Done.
That brings me to Jamaica and its influence worldwide, right?
Yes.
Because I mean, Jamaicans, they have this saying, Likkle But We Talawah.
Yes.
Did I say it right?
Definitely, Likkle But We Talawah.
Love
That
it.
is it.
So explain to us what that means, first of all.
Likkle But We Talawah meaning, even though we're small, Talawa, the word Talawa is like, we've done so much.
right.
The greatness, the big stuff. Our culture has impacted other cultures. People just love Jamaica. They love the language, they love the food, they love the ambience, they love the breeze, the beach, the tree, everything.
Yeah.
The chicken, the fish, the curry, the ackee, the sausage, the breadfruit, the roast banana, them love everything. Like,
Period.
we've really just created such a massive,
literally, yes.
massive impact.
The Jamaicans managed to open up a Jamaican restaurant in every single country in the world. So I have traveled to around 20 different countries, and what I still don't understand is how every single place I've visited, I've always met a Jamaican person who has married a local, has mixed Jamaican kids, and has opened up a Jamaican restaurant with the best Jamaican food in town, which is the only Jamaican restaurant in town. Like, I understand if you are a person of Chinese or Indian descent, because China and India literally incorporate around a third of the entire world's population, and because of colonization. But Jamaica is a tiny island from the Caribbean. So my question is, how did you even find this country to immigrate to, first of all? Again, if you really do not believe me, literally, wherever you are in the world, look up Jamaican restaurant in your country and you will find it.
I don't think people really understand this whole hip-hop shit was birthed from Jamaica. Like,
Look at how much hip-hop was influenced from reggae culture. We wouldn't have DJs.
Jamaican bring rap into New York.
Obviously, Jamaica is such a small nation, but it's made such a massive impact on the world, from Bob Marley to food to culture. Why do you think that is?
If we want to go into history, I think we just come from a rebellious people, in a sense that you can't force us to do anything. But if it's something that we want to do, that same energy and rebellious nature, it will be powered and pushed into something creativity. Music is about a beat, it's a rhythm.
Yeah.
And the rhythm of being Jamaican is all about just pushing yourself forward. And no matter where you come from, no matter the hardships you come from, just striving forward and making the best of it.
We got a lot of love from Africa, and we curated our own, vibe in Jamaica, what we had to share with the rest of the world. It's a beautiful place, When you go there, you feel the love, you feel the temperature, you see the waters, you wake up every day and it's a beautiful smile on your face. That's why Bob Marley has a song, Smile in Jamaica.
I just think they were true to themselves, and they was putting out stuff that they felt strongly about and passionate about, and I think it just resonated with the world. And sometimes certain themes are universal, and I think they just tapped into that, and that's what they focused on. And here we are, like many years later, and Jamaica is like one of the most influential places out there. So yeah.
Where rapping come from? Who originate rapping? Jamaican. A Jamaican originate rapping. A Jamaican bring rapping to New York.
come all the way out the bag and be very blunt with it. The Jamaican and Puerto Rican contributions to hip hop is negligible. What do I mean by that?
And the Yankee them pick it up. Yeah, you never hear about Cool Herc. You never hear about him. You never hear, where the great Busta Rhymes come from? Where did he come from? You remember the great Shinehead? And many more famous rappers from Jamaica, where I know mention.
The reason why me and Spliff was so magical is because that's the beautiful thing about the way we was molded and shaped from a cultural standpoint. Like, we Caribbean niggas. I'm a Jamaican nigga, he a Trinidadian nigga. So the showmanship that we displayed, a lot of that shit come from dancehall culture. And I don't think people really understand this whole hip hop shit was birthed from Jamaica. Like, Kool Herc is a Jamaican nigga. You get what I'm saying? The whole concept of having big ass speakers stockpiled on top of each other and playing loud ass music outside, that come from Jamaica. That's dancehall culture. You know what I'm saying?
If it wasn't for Caribbeans, it wasn't for West Indian Caribbeans, there would be no hip hop.
Man, get out of here. You got to be out of your mind, man.
Where would hip hop be without Caribbean Americans? There wouldn't be no hip hop.
Toasting on the mic, that's rhyming. We wouldn't have the whole hip hop culture.
I interviewed NLE Choppa, right? He's a young rapper. He's 19 years old.
Right.
And he's from Jamaican descent. I think like his mother is Jamaican or something like that. And we were just talking about hip hop, and I was saying, oh, Kool Herc is Jamaican, right? The inventor of hip hop and so forth. And from what I understand, he took some of the sensibilities of Jamaican dancehall and so forth and applied it with American music and created hip hop out of that. And this whole thread started about like, Jamaicans had nothing to do with hip hop. That's Vlad is trying to change the narrative. And I'm like, the guy's Jamaican. Like, that's established. He's Jamaican.
Right.
And if you look at Jamaican dance parties, they do kind of resemble what these parties, with guys on the mic and so forth. Like, that wasn't being done in the U.S. originally. It was a Jamaican thing. It was a reggae thing. And I'm like, yeah, he took some of that style and created hip hop with it. I don't see the problem with me giving props to Jamaica.
Jamaicans and like reggae and that influenced the whole world. Yeah. Personally, like, I think a lot of culture that has come from over there. You get me? Like, even the way the man them dress and that, from like in Bridge, everyone's loud, like super loud. Like, you get me? That's a yard man.
What Fat Joe learned Lean Back from then?
Well, I learned Lean Back from I studied Missy, how she did songs around that time, and really the whole reggae movement. But it was like single to play. Around the way.
Oh, yeah.
It was rocking with all that, right? The Elephant Man and all that. And so I was like, yo, I gotta do like the Jamaicans, man. They making these songs that everybody's doing to dance to. So that was really the influence of Lean Back, all in the gumbo.
A lot of Americans, I think, they look at Jamaica and they think like Bob Marley. They think cruise ship to Kingston.
That's Montego Bay, Ocho Rios. Those are the tourist areas.
And that's what a lot of Americans think of when they think of Jamaica, but that's not the true experience.
That's why when you go down to the resorts, they tell you don't leave the resort, because anything outside the resort, you make yourself fair game.
Right. And the gang situation there, they respect the tourist areas. They don't really...
Oh, no, they don't go around there because they don't care. It's the same all over the world. I mean, as far as just like in New York, when the cocaine first came, it was all right when it stayed in the black neighborhoods and blacks was doing it. But when the whites came to the black neighborhoods to cop the drugs, to do it, to bring it back to the white neighborhood, now we have a problem.
The government doesn't care if black people, but as soon as white people get involved, then all of a sudden it's a big problem. The government kind of turns a blind eye, the police.
Yeah, because it's all about money. They protect the ones that's voting and paying taxes.
Does anyone else find it crazy how much of a global presence Jamaica has, despite only having 2.8 million people and 4.4 million people worldwide? Took me to the root whilst I talk about this, because for real, Jamaica has less than 3 million people, but so many people worldwide know about the food, the music, the language, the vibes. It's everywhere. It got me thinking, like, why is that? First thing people always mention is the music, the reggae, the dancehall, the lovers rock. These sounds are literally global. You hear it in the movies, the clubs, the influencer videos, the TikToks. Bob Marley didn't just make music, he put Jamaica on the map. A few more influential names would be Vibes Cartel, Spice, Buju Banton, Beanie Man, Shabba Ranks, Sean Paul, Bounty Killer. The list is literally endless. There are so many influential people that came out of Jamaica, it's crazy. So the culture now, the accent, the food, the energy of Jamaicans is unmatched. It's so unique that even people who've never been there know that's Jamaica. Jamaica. They know what we sound like. They know what we look like. They just know. Can't mistake Jamaica for anything else. Back to the point, is that not wild when you think about how small the population is? Even in sports and global culture, Jamaicans show up. We are a little place, but we are a huge impact. People literally feel Jamaica before they even go there. Every time I'm going to Jamaica, do you know how excited I am to leave the UK? You know how excited I am to get my KFC, to get my patties, to just be in the sun, surrounded by the palm trees in the water, just supporting Jamaica. And on Instagram, you see the perfect beaches, the sunsets, the cocktails, the perfect lighting. But what Instagram doesn't show you is the everyday life, the bits that aren't aesthetic, the traffic, the heat, the noise, the people driving crazy, the people on the roadside washing windows, selling fruit, people on the side of the road selling jerk chicken, just finding a way to hustle and make a living. That's the part that stayed with me, because I remember being on the road and just watching people. Everyone's got somewhere to be, something to do, someone to look after, and there's this pride in it. Even when people are hustling, they're doing it with confidence, with purpose, and that's what clicked for me. This place isn't just a vibe, it's a mindset. People aren't just waiting around for things to be perfect, they're just living, they're making the best of what's in front of them. That's why being there felt different. It wasn't just visiting, I felt present, grounded, comfortable in a way I didn't expect, and it made me realise how disconnected things can feel back home. And that's why Jamaicans' influence is everywhere, because it's real and people feel it. What's your favourite thing about Jamaica?
Wow. Okay. First things first. This idea that Jamaica is little but Talawa is no joke. The video mentions the Africans brought here during the slave trade, coming from highly resistant societies in Nigeria, Benin, Cameroon, and Congo. That indomitable spirit, that is literally in the blood of Jamaicans. We see it day in, day out. It's not just hype, it's a historical fact. Every time I hear about Nani, Sam Sharp, I get chills. These people weren't just resisting. They were shaping history, and the world still feels that energy today. And then we get into Pan-Africanism. You know, Marcus Garvey, father of modern Pan-Africanism. He put Jamaica on the global map in terms of black empowerment. I mean, think about it. A small island producing someone whose ideas resonated worldwide. It's insane. And the music, reggae isn't just music. It's a cultural weapon, a tool of liberation, a message that spreads across the globe. Bob Marley wasn't just singing catchy tunes. He was carrying a movement. Here is something I think people often forget. Hip-hop's foundations were influenced by Jamaican DJs, bringing sound system culture to New York. Toasting on the mic, massive outdoor speaker setups. The culture jumped oceans and became something completely global. Every time I hear someone say, Jamaica is small, what can they do? I want to shout at them. Look at hip-hop, look at reggae, look at the Pan-African movement. It's all here. And culturally, the video hits it right. Jamaican culture is lived, not learned. That phrase is everything. You can't fake that's Talawa spirit. People feel it in the music, in the art, in the way Jamaicans carry themselves. You step onto that island and you feel it immediately. And the resilience is real. This is a nation that has survived slavery, colonization, and systemic oppressions. That's insane. Let's talk about the food, the language, and the lifestyle too. Ackee, saltfish, jack, these aren't just meals, they are history. Every bite tells a story of survival and mastery. Patois isn't just an accent, it's identity. It's heritage coded into language. And the motto, out of many one people, it's a powerful statement, but you have to understand the context. The Black African majority, the intermingling of cultures, the colonial history, all of this contributes to that unique Jamaican identity. And you know what blows my mind? Jamaica's global presence, despite being a small nation. Restaurants, music, athletes, even spiritual movements. Think about Usain Bolt. He didn't just win races, he carried the pride of an entire nation on his back. People feel Jamaica everywhere, not because of size, but because of culture, spirit, and history. That's what being Talawa really is. I also want to highlight the revolutionary spirit. Freedom fighters like Nani, they were real people risking everything for justice. And that same energy lives in Jamaican communities today. The creativity, the resilience, the insistence on standing up no matter what. That's why when people visit Jamaica, they feel inspired. You are not just seeing a country, you are experiencing a legacy. So, if I had to summarize what I just watched, it's clear. Jamaica is small in size, yes, but their impact is monumental. Every corner of the globe has felt its music, its culture, its revolutionary ideas, its African spirit, and the world still doesn't fully appreciate how powerful that is. That's why I'm saying Jamaica isn't just an island, it's a movement. And for anyone thinking this is just hype, go listen to reggae, go check the history of Pan-Africanism, go see the athletes, go taste the food, and just feel the Talawa spirit. It's real, it's loud, and it's unforgettable. Alright legends, that's it for today. If you enjoyed this reaction, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment. What part of Jamaica's African spirit blew your mind the most? And remember, while you are celebrating this amazing culture, let's also acknowledge its roots, the struggles, and the lessons we can learn for ourselves. Stay inspired, stay curious, and I'll catch you on the next one. Much love and keep embracing that Talawa spirit no matter where you are. Thank you for watching.